r/AskReddit. Mr. Moho says, what is the dumbest reason you've ever lost a friend for? Toasted Tittle 420 says, we were coworkers, best friends. This dude quits the job and blocks me on everything. I still don't understand why. Charity McLean says, when I did it to my coworkers it was because I was mad about being fired. And I felt like my coworkers had stabbed me in the back. And I didn't think they were very good or fair people and I didn't want anything to do with them and wanted a fresh start. Billy Jack Fassakick 69 says, got hired because great friends with a guy that's been there 25 years. We both hated the new owner who owned it 5 years. I was brand new. Worked side by side for 6 months, went out 3 to 4 days a week after work for a beer. Every free we set our schedule for Monday. I worked in the field, he worked in the shop. We both arranged our schedules to help each other out. He'd said many times we had the best system, he'd worked in 25 years there. I quit at 6 months. He knew I'd be quitting, we both talked about quitting as the owner was an idiot. I called him that free to see if he wanted to grab an after work beer. 45 years old guy literally yelled into his phone, no one here likes you so stop calling. I chuckled, thought point that's weird, but okay. Called back. He answered, was really serious. Said it again. Comma. Said look guy, you were never one of us and you proved that when you quit. It was the weirdest and most chick-like breakup I've ever had, I thought. A week ago, we took the company truck on a delivery and his wife made us sandwiches at his house for lunch. Always wondered if he hated me because I made it out. I picked the time to leave right after a big project so he wouldn't be stuck doing my job. The timing was perfect to hire my replacement. Was really weird. Guess I hurt a 45 years old dude's feelings. Strixer Canis says, my best friend in high school stopped associating with me when I started listening to bands other than Green Day. I wish I was joking. Deswachi's head says, my dumbass believing they were really my friend in the first place. Thoseem Graves says, I had slept with her boyfriend at least 4 years before they were together. Confronted me about it then blocked me on everything. Really stupid. Associate Emily 102 says, friendship of 20 years, she never told me why, you know why that's the dumbest reason ever. Wooded Lane 1 says, she was a precarious friend at best, we were fellow legal secretaries, I always felt like I was walking on eggshells. Still, we lasted 12 years, went on several vacations, and always managed to get together once a week for breakfast, or maybe a movie. So this last day of our friendship, I apparently crossed the line by making additional plans for the next day. I was seeing her for breakfast. Later in the afternoon I was helping a work friend get to the store after a recent surgery. Well, upon hearing this, she just started ranting and saying, I'm hanging up. And that was it. 12 years. I saw her years later at the vet, where she was I guess volunteering. She was so nice, and acted like nothing was wrong. I looked at her, and said you hung up. She immediately started to take offense, and I just walked away. I'll never understand that one. Ildrazi Albatross 8787 says, had a really close friend decide she didn't want to be friends with me anymore because I was making other friends at college. She messaged me like 5 years later apologizing that she felt scared she was going to lose me as a friend, so she ended our friendship. Like, what? I'm scared of something, guess I'll just guarantee it happens then. Calvi Iork says, she let her anxiety get the best of her. She probably had an avoidant attachment. Mysterious_fix 2979 says, I don't know what a friend is anymore. I can't tell who was being a fake friend and just using me or who was just whatever. Life happens every month says. She tried to cure my fibromyalgia/me with a quack remedy called tapping, and I finally admitted to her that I appreciated her desire to help and caring, but it didn't really work. She never spoke to me again. Just_hating says. I just stopped texting them, and they just faded away. r/AskReddit. iDoxally says. You're dead. You get to see all of your life statistics like how many steps you took, how many people you met, etc. What are you looking for first? Snookets5274 says. How many people's I positively impacted during my time? Green_T_Leaf says. How many times someone was flirting with or hitting on me and I was completely oblivious? Swordfishspa3532 says. This is weird, but it's something I've always wanted to know. Turn count, like how many times I turned left and right. Would it be perfectly even? The way my house is laid out, I'm pretty sure it would be more right than left, but it'd be interesting to know. Morpho Meat says. How much love and joy I gave to everyone. Dapper_Dunkly says. How many gallons of blood the cat has drawn from my body over the years. Rextramendy2007 says. How many times I've read this question on AskReddit. Kerriot says. How many times I've changed someone's life for the better, even if it was a small interaction like giving up my turn in line for someone else. Smoothapable says. How often people had a dream with me in it. Undead Eskimo says. Cum jizzed, measured in gallons or pounds. Haverhad says. How many times did I miss out on meeting the love of my life? Lefler Feast Offbanis says. Find out how many people masturbated while thinking of me. Or find out in the total amount of spaghetti I consumed in miles. FFF84DDD says. How many beers I've drank in my life. Hybrid Octopus says. How many of my waking hours did I waste on digital entertainment? Zibrasser says. How many times I was close to dying. How many times people thought of me. How many unique interactions I've had with people. How many times I've made people smile, upset, laugh, cry, swear, miss me. A list of random stats like that after death would be neat to sift through. Master Medisturg says. How many true friends I actually had. Suave says. How many people did I make feel at ease just by being with me? Kalma Krazaplease says. Smiles per encounter. Cyanora says. How many animals I interacted with that had a positive or beneficial reaction to my presence/actions. Subi_Beans says. How many poops I took. What's Minametho says. How many times I thought someone was mad at me when they weren't. OK_Blueberry8515 says. I would wonder how many actually liked me or who was faking it. Am_I_beyond_saving says. How many people care that I'm gone? I wish that number was 0. Hopster79 says. How many other sperms I beat to the egg? Ivybigjan says. How many liters and mils of piss I leaked? P_B_and_J says. How many orgasms I had? Squirrelsmist_die669 says. For this cum shot. Electronic_oven_3328 says. How many people have died because of my actions, whether it be verbal, physical, or anything in between? Toiruadaka Deska says. If you put all the shits of my life together end to end, how long would it stretch? Jacoper_7274 says. K/D I know my D is going to be 1, but I wonder what my K is. Mr. 90X says. How many hints from women did I miss? Ivrian Essenen says, I honestly don't know if I'd care to know anything. Joystem says, how many people liked me? 0. T_Altix says, liters have come expelled. Apocalypse Eat Laces says, how many times I made someone smile? Corn Cheeks says, how many feet of conch I frick edition? Figoon and Earthasync says, how many different animals I petted? Matt_V1 says, how many times I've frick ed up without people noticing? Flab King Pro says, how many strokes I completed? Purple_Onion 911 says, how many kilograms of pizza I've eaten? r/AskReddit. Nextdoor Seaton says, what is a great idea that will just never happen? Icemally says, every country getting together and deciding on a common set rules and regulations that will benefit everyone and eliminate poverty. Alexis_Texas3 says, world peace, yeah? Beasting says, universal healthcare in the US. Spiritual_fun_9933 says, traveling at near light speeds powered by antimatter. Sad Swim 7533 says, staying home when contagious, the whole reason colds and fluff spread. Twizzle Russin Buttholes says, the United States joining the rest of the world on the metric system. Astronaut Spir8197 says, giving me €1,000,000. Galalevest Japan says, abolition of the billionaire class and redistribution of their wealth. RT_intelligence says, the end to prejudice and hate. Bookish Chronicles says, I got depression. Storm Vulcan 1979 says, world peace. Sudden Wash 4842 says, gun control. Your Faventoy says, a universal remote control for life. Fast forward through the boring parts, rewind the good times. Devil Knievel says, flying cars. Hard to get one says, no countries, just world and its citizens. It's a goddess says, free weed for everyone. Sad Swim 7533 says, normalized use of face masks when one has a cold or flu in public. I'm not going to start the practice cause it's abnormal everywhere outside Japan. Ghost Dragon 86 says, term limits on all politicians. Captainengine_Edbed says, term limits for Congress and the US. I try to never say never when it comes to politics, but this one's not happening. Eredfield says, the 10 richest people in the world could give up half their wealth to feed every person on earth for years and still be the 10 richest people in the world. Foreign Education 510 says, no more cheaters/abusers/murderers. Interesting_Olive 304 says, real hoverboard, flying cars, democracy. Trailer Park Prepper says, world peace. Come on people, take it down a notch. How about just peace in your country first? Then work on the world. I know my county, you sir, could use a little peace. Janana_Dance says, hover aircraft that doesn't need air traffic control cause we're smart, dreaming I know. 548R1N4 says, a lot of things that we could achieve if we had the money that some billionaires have, end hunger, war, find a cure for cancer, etc. It won't happen because the people that do have that kind of money hoard it and spend it relatively selfishly instead of what they could be using it for. EJPA14 says, clothes coming alive. Noctonixus says, UB. Quetzalcoatl 346 says, humans being a type 1 civilization. And Firoz Hossain 71 says, time that never waits for anyone. Smoke_cigars says, affordable housing doesn't seem like a top priority for most local or state governments. So I don't see the homeless problem in the United States being solved anytime soon if ever. Cruisin' Junkie 52 says, we will awaken tomorrow to a perfect world, free of hate, crime, pollution, and threats of war. It will be flowery with clean streams of water and no homelessness. Pulsing Flesh says, a rogue AI exterminating humanity. Sophia_Queen_ says, respect for each other. Trailer Park Prepper says, a riding vacuum cleaner. P says, building the Imperium of Man and hunting Xenos. Dirtimony says, we need to bring back the concept of communes for the homeless and poor so they can share expenses. For those down on their luck and actually willing to work towards something. Plenty of people out there like that. Dylan Wall says, Trek Future. Tuesday 2017 says, me buying the winning lottery ticket. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.